My first time.
I've been coming to NCA, I believe my first one was 1994, was New Orleans. And I've been coming annually since. And I've seen the organization grow. It used to be called the Speech Communication Association. And the membership has gone through the roof in terms of numbers. And not recently, but they changed the name to National Communication Association to get a better feel for the growing number of people and the diversity of the scholars that attend.
I believe you both presented today at the NCA. Could you please tell me more about that?
Dr. Polack?
We presented a forum today of crossing disciplines. I'm a medical doctor and also have a master's in communication, a late in life acquisition, and Ted was my professor, and we have formed a business called Medical Communication Specialists, and our particular interest is to look at surgery and surgeons and surgical behavior and also emergency medical and trauma systems.
What we did, well, part of what we presented today was part of an effort that we were working on to utilize communication to reduce the time it takes to get a trauma patient from the injury site into a facility to administer proper medical care. And through a longitudinal study, we taught trauma team members to be more efficient with their communication, and through a 3-month effort, what this resulted in was a statistically significant reduction in the time it takes to get an injured person from the scene to appropriate treatment.
Wonderful. Can you please tell me more about your book?
Yes, the book that we have is published with Dr. Avtgis is one of the co-authors. It's published with Drs. Richmond and McCroskey. It's called Applied Communication for Health Professionals. It's published by Kendall Hunt. It is designed to be a very simple first step teaching communication studies to those interested in the health professions across the board.
And can you please tell me more about your research on fMRI?
Sure. A lot of my work has to do with aggressive communication. And with the influx, and ever popularity of biological explanations in psychology and now communication studies, some researchers are moving toward the physiological explanation for the way we behave. The next logical step in my research was to cross disciplines and go over to physiology, and through networking with Dr. Polack, we were able to team up with a team of neuroscientists with a working hypothesis of how aggressive communication affects the brain. So right now we are in the process of gathering data on brain scans and how that affects people with different personality predispositions and how they react. Because perhaps communication, while can be learned, a learned skill, affects our brains in very fundamental and profound ways.
This is the first time NCA has a press team. Can you please share your, second time the NCA has a press team. Can you please share your thoughts about that?
I'm biased. I'm an Emerson alum, undergrad and grad. So I love it, and I think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But in honesty, I think it's wonderful because you give people a voice. The one thing, obviously I've been doing this over a decade, but it's a pretty big convention and can be intimidating. And I think by humanizing people through website, different interview formats and things, it kind of personifies people and makes it less mystical, if you will, and less intimidating.
I appreciate the opportunity to tell communication scholars that what you do may save lives. And we're getting there. We're almost there with our data, looking at mortality rates. Our work is going to be presented at the Western Trauma, which is a forum of physicians. So we have sort of jumped over that barrier between the social scientist and the pure scientist to let them know that communication does make a difference. Communication costs and communication kills.